All right, I think we're back. I see Skull's back. I see Christopher's back. Um, so hopefully we're back here. Um, Let me go know if you guys are experiencing any issues. So, all right. Give it a minute for folks to come back, and we'll go from there. Let me go on the other stream real quick and put a link on or something. Hold on one second. Sorry. Sorry to make you wait while I'm doing stuff on the computer. All right, we got. So Uncle Smiley. So welcome back as well. Looks like most of the people found it, so I'm not going to bother. So, all right. So I do want to address Chris's comment. He made a comment on the first stream about he washed out a bunch of gravel, and he found it was a lot easier than going to the pet store. I do have a video on that. So if any of you are interested in watching me wash gravel, I've been out there for probably about 6 years now. So, yeah, if you want to check out that video, I definitely appreciate it. So, yeah. So I saw Skull wasn't able to go to Texas, which is unfortunate. But it was definitely a hard, kind of a hard sell for me as well. So, hello, Mexicali's Fish Keeper and M&C. How are you? We do have a game tonight as well. I actually did get my daughter to do the game, so hopefully Zen will be able to join and we can play that game here in a minute. Other than that, not really much going on fish-wise for me right now. Like I said, we did get the fish in the tubs, so once we get into the barn cam, I will take you guys out there, and we can have a look at that. Hello, Scott. Actually, one of the tubs, Scott did give me one of the tubs last year, so welcome. He's a member of our local club. We're going to be having our banquet this Thursday for our end of the year. Yeah, I could join you at some point, M&C. Just reach out to me on Facebook, and I can join at some point. So, hello, Rack. How are you? Yeah, so we did get the fish in the tubs, kind of like the title of the original stream said. So with everything going on with graduation and stuff like that, I had to take Friday off to do it. But we did get 7 Gadaean species out in tubs. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and take you guys through all that, show you that, and like I said, it went well. There's a couple species I've not seen in a while, but that doesn't mean they're not there. It's pretty murky. Once you get out there, you can kind of see that. It is pretty murky in the tubs to kind of see. Can't really see the fish very well. I mean, they kind of blend in pretty well since they're Gadaeans. They're kind of dark, and they just blend in pretty well to the tub. So it's hard to really kind of tell for a lot of them. So it's kind of one of those things. You set them in there, and then you kind of hope for the best in 3 months when you go ahead and pull them out. So temps have still not been great though. That's kind of been unfortunate. It's still a little cool, but I figured with the Gadaeans I'd be okay. Hello, Zen. I'm glad you found the stream. So like I said earlier, I did have to take Friday off to do that because I had a couple of graduation open houses. One was my daughter's on Sunday, which went really well. She had a good time. A lot of her friends came, so she had a really nice time. And then I had one. It was like my best friend from high school's brother's son. So I was happy to really see him. I have not seen him since 2021. So it's been 4 years since I've seen him. So it was really nice to see him. I kind of grew up around his family too, so it was nice to see his family and his brothers and all that stuff too. So it was nice. So, New Local Austin says, "Wow, fish heroes everywhere." Hello. So, yeah, it's good to have Rack in the chat. Known Rack a long time now. It's been 2019, I think. I met Rack, so I hope Hope you're doing well. Mexicali asked, "Are those Cyprochromis leptosoma in the background?" Yes, they are. Those are Cyprochroma leptosoma blue flash. I have some new ones too that I got a couple months ago that have colored up quite nicely too. They're the Cyprochromis leptosoma Carege Island. Got those from a local auction, and those have colored up almost as bright or brighter than these. So I was young too, Rack. I've gotten old. So this is a gathering of the mics. Yes, I guess so. Yes, it is. So hello, Flatbed Aquatics. So with that, let's go ahead. I think we got a good number of folks here. So let's go ahead and we'll play the game. We did kind of get our wires crossed last week, so we didn't have a game. But this week we do. So I need to do some screen flipping and stuff like that for a second, and then we can go ahead and play the game. All right. So with that goes up there. All right, there we go. So I think you should be able to see the game now. You should. So let's go ahead then and go and get started with the game. I think we have some folks that are kind of new in here, so I will go ahead and explain the game real quick. There's no points or anything. We don't keep track of the points or anything like that. But basically, I'm going to show you a picture of the fish. We're going to guess in chat whether my daughter, who is a 17-year-old, basically adult now, how cool she thinks the fish are, between 1 to 10. 1 is basic, 10 is cool. I think this is kind of a fun game because it kind of gives you gives you a look into the eyes of someone who's really not an aquarium hobbyist. So kind of like that. So with that, with no further ado, let's go ahead and get to the first fish. Hello, Bare Bottom Branton. So first one here, I've got a gourami. So little dwarf gourami. So skull's got 8. Zen's got 10. Hey Peplin. Mexicali's got 7. MNC's got 7. Rack's got 10. Uncle Smiley's has got 9. Christopher Niehaus has 8. Scott's got 8. Branton is off the chart at 11. So he disqualified himself basically, which is all right. So give it another couple. Give it a couple minutes here and a couple seconds here, and we'll go ahead and take a look and see what we got. So one more second here, and so she ranked the dwarf gourami a 9 out of 10. I actually do think it's quite a pretty fish, so I kind of agree with her. Next fish up here is the waru. So let's see what she thinks of the old waru cichlid. see a wrinkle in my. Oh, thank you, Zen. Yeah, this unfortunately we had a like YouTube or the program or whatever like literally took a dump, I guess. It literally was like, oh, we're not sending in anything. So Skull's got 4. Zen almost said 9. So Mexicali and Scott have 2. Zen's got 3. Uncle Smiley also has 3. Rack has 4. Christopher has 4. MNC Aquatics has 5. Carlos Francisco Mena has a question. So he is looking to put together a list of wild Xiphophorus variatus from their respective locations and image. Do you have a reference that I can get accurate information? I would reach out to the Texas State University genetic or the Xiphophorus Genetic Stock Center, and I will put a link to that in the chat. So you're gonna have to give me just a second while we're guessing fish. So flatbed is 7.2. So give me 1 second. While we're So it has changed its name apparently. Instead, now it's the Institute for Molecular Life Sciences. So, but I'll put this. We'll share screens in a minute after we're done with the game, and we'll go through this site real quick. Since you did ask, so you did come to the right place. Hello, Lush and Salty Aquariums. Hope you're doing well. So that's the link to that. The Texas State University. So we'll walk through that site here in a minute once we get through the game. New Local Austin thinks the eyes are a +2. So she actually gave the Waru cichlid a 4. So anyone who guessed 4 has that correct. So all right, on to the next one, and then we'll jump into the Texas State Stock Center. So, all right, so we have the Congo Tetra here. Yeah, Lush and Salty, we are actually talking about how well my daughter rates fish. So, or how basic my daughter thinks all these fish are. So Rack nailed it. So we've got Skull with 7, Mexicali with 6, Zen Ginger with 8, MNC with 5. Uncle Smiley's got 7, and then we've got a bunch of 6s from Rack, Christopher Niehaus, and Scott. Noah Selsky, and then New Local Austin's got 8. So give it a minute here. Another 8 from Lush and Salty. Give it going once, going twice. Sold. 7 out of 10. So Uncle Smiley got it. Skull got it. And I think that was about it. So next fish up here, we're going to throw a little saltwater action at you. Hello, Dee Dee. Really enjoyed looking at your ponds yesterday. I thought those were quite nice. definitely mine are not going to be that nice. I'll just give you a heads up now. So, but those were outstanding. So, yeah, so a little saltwater action here. One of my favorite fish, favorite saltwater fish, is the copperband butterfly. So, butterflies were actually one of my favorite saltwater fish, even though they are an absolute pain in the neck to keep. So, all right, so we got a bunch of 9s, 10s, 8. There's an 8 from Uncle Smiley. New local Austin had 6. So, yeah, they're challenging. These ones are especially. Rack's got 10. Dee Dee's got 9. So does Lush and Salty. Yeah, the diets are tough. Yeah, I just never had good luck with them. I love them, but I just never had great luck with them. So if you wanted to look at some really nice saltwater fish, there's a video I did about a year ago where I went to, what is it called now? It stands, oh boy, drew a blank. Drawn an absolute blank on it. I'm going to have to actually look in my channel and remember what the place was I went to. It was when I was in Medina, but give me 1 second. I'll tell you where it was at. Tell you what, I'm getting old. I can't remember crap anymore. Tidal Gardens. Jeez. That was bad. Yeah, so I went to Tidal Gardens, and he had absolutely awesome fish. Like, he doesn't sell fish. He's a coral. He sells corals. But the fish that he had in his coral tanks were absolutely outstanding. They were some of the fattest saltwater fish that I've ever seen. So, yeah, that was outstanding to go check out his fish. Like, it put like some of Corey's stuff to shame, the amount of stuff that he had in there. Like, it was really an outstanding facility, and I'm sure I didn't do it justice in the video, but it was a really outstanding place to go visit. So with that, let's go ahead here and take a look at the rating for this one. So she gave it 8 out of 10, which I think it's a little low. Yeah, I got to, seeing that in person was absolutely outstanding. Probably one of the coolest things that I've done in the aquarium hobby. So, Lush and Salty says they're supposed to eat Aptasia, but you need to get lucky. I never had much trouble with Aptasia. I had trouble with a lot of other things in saltwater, but Aptasia was not one of them. Yeah, I would say, I don't know if you've ever seen the trend on Lush and Salty where people were using lasers to shoot Aptasia. Like, people were either renting or buying like high-powered lasers, and they were actually lasering Aptasia. And then for those of you who don't know, who are not really saltwater people, Aptasia is basically like it's an anemone, but it's basically like the duckweed of like saltwater, though it doesn't reproduce as fast. So it was like people taking lasers and shooting duckweed with it, basically. It was kind of a interesting phenomenon. So I don't know if they're still doing that or not, but yeah, people were getting these high-powered lasers, and they were going in their tanks and, zapping duckweed with it. So kind of an interesting thing there. So, all right, last one. Since we were at the saltwater hydra, basically. That's a better way to describe it. So basically, you got the guppy is the last one. So Lush did the laser. More fun than productive. Yeah, I did that with weeds in my yard kind of similar. I bought the propane torch. So like when I used to have rocks out front in the front of the house instead of mulch. Um, and I used to burn it, but like it would always come back, so it was kind of annoying. I just have to keep burning it, and then like try not to burn myself or burn the house down while I was doing it. So, Dee Dee got a feather duster yesterday. Um, didn't have an idea. Yeah, they are kind of worm-like for sure. I've never kept one, but I think they're filter feeders. Beto Great Lakes asked, "Are there any freshwater hobby fish that can live in saltwater?" Yes. Molly's is probably the best one. You'll have to acclimate. I've never done it, but you'll have to acclimate them slowly. A couple weeks ago, I actually put a video out of some underwater footage of some mollies that I saw in Florida, and those were living literally right on the ocean. So those were literally like literally right off of Anna Maria Island in Florida. They were literally connected to the ocean. So, and that water was almost 100% pure salt, I think. I didn't test it, but that was one of the reasons I didn't try to take them home, was because I didn't want to reacclimate them to fresh water. So, but I think those were 100% salt. So, new local Austin says, yeah, 10, says 10. Um, I know that's not what it scored, but wow. So he really enjoyed the guppies. Um, yeah, trying to think of anything else that you can do salt. Um, I think Molly's is kind of it. I mean, you might. Like, I've never seen anyone do like a swordtails or like platies or anything. But yeah, I mean, Molly's is kind of the one. So, yeah, I mean, you could always do brackish fish too. I think they could probably take full salt. But like monos and scats and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, I can't think of anything else. So with that, I've got a 7 out of 10 for the guppy, which I thought was a little low too. So, all right. So with that, I'm gonna actually flip the screen, drag this over so you guys can see the Texas State Stock Center stuff. Give me 1 second here. All right, so this is, for those of you who don't know, this is the Texas State, used to be called the Xiphophorus Genetic Stock Center. And basically what they did, or what they still do, they just changed their name, is they basically provide Xiphophorus species for research to scientists and actually anyone who wants it. You have to pay for them and pay shipping, but it's basically a genetic research center that they carry probably every species of Xiphophorus that's known, species and location. So yeah, you kind of flip through here. I'm not going to play this video, but so they currently house 24 of the 26 of the freshwater Xenus Xiphophorus. So it kind of says a little bit where they live. So you got northern swords, southern swords, and platies. So there's a lot of good information on here. And then you can do their Twitter account or Google. A little bit about funding. And then let's go to, you can actually get fish from them too. So let's see. Stocks. But if you're looking for um, if you're looking for fish, you could. I've never gotten fish from here, but I kind of want to try it one time. So you have to submit a form. You got to pay them. But here you can see all these different species, like Xiphophorus alvarezi, Dolores. Tells you a lot about like Xiphophorus andersi, which is an extremely rare fish. I had once, but I struggled really to do anything with that. Got Birchmani, Clemenciae, a couple of different locations, continents, which not many, I don't think many people have. Cortezi, Cuchianus, Avelene. This is one that I've kind of struggled with breeding, so I may have to go back to that page and see. We read about that. Gordoni, Helleri Belize. So different. I kind of like the fins on this one right here. So Jalapa. So they've got all these different locations in here. So Lineatus, this is a cool looking one. So the Belize Platy number 2. This is kind of a cool one. It's got a little like smiley face on it. Got a little nice little red color with the speckles. Another Maculatus from JP 163A. So I like this one. Nice little stripes. So this is an interesting. So Xiphophorus Mayeri. I think I've had Mayeri before briefly too. Milleri. My Milleri don't look like this. There's a lot of genetic stuff on here too, which is interesting. I've not spent too much time on here. So Xiphophorus mixii, which I don't think I've ever seen. So Montezuma capuchin, I think that one's pretty not common, but this is Oeho Calente. So there's very different locations. Monticolis, which I had before, and I had breeding really, really well, and then they just took a crap on me, which I want that fish back, like kind of badly actually. What does Xiphophorus mean? We can look that up too. I don't remember the exactly. Multilineatus. That's a cool one. There's another one from Rio Koi. Nezahua Coyote. That's a pretty rare location. Most of them are from Ocampo, which is this next one. The Negrensis. Another one that's pretty rare. Pygmaeus. Signum. I think not many people have either. Encino. And then Variatus lineatus. It's interesting. Zarco. That's a pretty cool looking one. Xiphophorus ophidium pendicular spot. And then the Ophidium Rio purification. San Carlos. So that's all of them. But so yeah, so if you go and take a look at all these, you can. I think you can actually order. I think all of these fish. I may have to do that someday. be something on my list. So now he was asking what Xiphophorus actually means. All right, let's do this. Chicago Live Bearer Association. Let's look at Montezuma's have the longest one, yes. Info. Fish profiles. Here we go. That's what I was looking for. Let me find one. So Rick Borstein wrote like all of these little articles. So this is a good resource that I use. So Xiphophorus means dagger. So that's what it means in Greek. So that's why they're called Xiphophorus, because they're sword tails. So yeah. So with that, we spent a good 40 minutes actually, probably the longest we've ever spent talking about without going outside. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to flip over to the barn cam. Hopefully, I think we still got light outside. We can go look at the tubs, and then I'll show you a few things inside, and I think we'll be good to go. So give me a second to go outside to the barn. Barn cam looks like it's working well tonight, so I'm going to flip that over, and then I will see you outside in about 3 minutes. All right, I am in the barn. So can I get a audio video check, please? Oh, helps if I gotta go to the other stream. So just give me 1 second. All right, good. Everything's good. Awesome. While we're here, go ahead and gift 5 memberships while we're here. So if you're not a member of the channel, if you just got a membership. Check out my. I think the coolest thing is to go ahead and check out my talk on Gaideas um, that I did back in February at the Motor City Aquarium Society. That's a really good talk. Stop putting it in my head. So, all right. Hopefully that's a little bit better, Zen. So yes, hopefully that's a little bit better. And then yeah. So if you have the chance to go check that out, definitely go do so. Um, you're welcome, Mexicali. Yeah. So check that talk out. It's actually pretty good. So that's kind of probably the best thing, as I do release videos early sometimes. Like the pond video from this week got released early. So I do try to release the videos early. I'm not perfect about it by any means. And occasionally I'll even do a members video. So with that, let's go ahead. I think I'm going to head outside. One of the fish that I did put outside, though, is the fish that you're looking at right now, which are the Xenotoca variata. I didn't put all of them out there, as you can see, but I did put most of the larger ones outside. So hopefully we'll get some spawns. Then this, since they're outside, it'll allow the smaller ones here to kind of grow up a little bit. So let me hook the camera. All right. I do want to talk about one other thing too. I know that like this tank had kind of like fallen on some hard times, and this was like used to be full of crypts, and then they just all died out. But all of a sudden now the crypts are kind of starting to come back a little bit. You can see. So hopefully the crypts will kind of grow themselves back in again, and we can have some crypts, have the crypt garden back. So kind of missed that. All right, so the other fish we put in here was fish from this tank. This is the Aldanixes tamazule. Hopefully, we may be able to see them outside. Like I said, though, it's kind of murky out there, so these were the success from last year. I decided to keep these guys in. These are the Xenotoca eiseni from Nayarit. Decided to keep these in since they've been. I haven't seen fry in here, so if you look up at at the top here, you probably won't be able to see very well. But underneath the light, you can see kind of the little fry up there. So if they're breeding in here, I decided really to kind of leave things alone. Since we're walking by it, I'll give you an update on these white guppy fry. Definitely putting on some size, so hopefully give them a couple months and we can put them back in their proper tank. So I completely cleared out this tank when I did the tubs. So this is the Xenotoca melanosoma from Rio Aguila. There is a fry in here. I'll show you him. I knew there was a fry there. I kept seeing him, but you see that little guy right there. So yes, I was able to overhaul this tank. Or I'm going to overhaul this tank while they're outside in the summer. I know one of my goals this year was to get rid of duckweed, and this is one of the few tanks that still has it. So I'm gonna definitely take care of that. All right. I took both of the fish out of here. I took out both the Allophorus robustus, which are actually still one in here. I've got to fish him out somehow. He's hiding around in all of the all these crypts, or he's either in the back. Excuse me, he's either in the back by the filter back there. So I'm gonna have to fish him out. But those are the Iliodon whitey eye are both. They were both in this tank, are now separated and in their own. Oh, there's another catfish in there too. Okay. because I want to move something different in this tank, but we'll see. I did put in the Chapelixes Encausis, so obviously this tank's completely empty now. I'm going to actually tear this tank down, take it off of here, and I'm going to, because you can see here, there's literally like no spot at all to put your hand. I'm going to take this down probably 6-7 inches. And then that was kind of it. Oh, the other one was the Xenotoka Lion's Eye that were upstairs. So, also I want to show you. I talked about earlier. I talked about they've been kind of reclusive in here, but the Cyprochromis leptosoma from Craig Island. You can see kind of in the back, maybe you can kind of see the tail on the male, but he's colored up quite nicely actually. So there's about 4 of those. Obviously, this tank isn't cleaned right now, but these are the sips from the video. And then you can see the crypts here. This kind of started with an aquarium club planter, and these have just kind of taken over the tank now, which is kind of nice. So I did switch these out with the black co-op sponge filters, which I think look a lot better in like a tank with a black background. Not that the green's bad, but looks better with the black. So with that, the barn is kind of a mess. There was a lot of aftermath from like moving all the fish around and stuff. Oh, you can see the holding female here too. I'll show you her. All right, so let's head outside, take a look at the tubs. We may not be able to see anything, but we'll give it a shot. So this tub has the Ileodon whitei. We're gonna see. Oh, I can kind of see it, but you're probably not gonna be able to see it on camera. I saw a glimpse of one, but you're not really gonna see it on camera. This next one has the this has the Xenotoka Lion's Eye. There's a trio in here. I haven't seen them since I put them in, but that's not uncommon. Up next has the Melanosoma in this this 150. I think the one thing that's kind of not gone very well for me this year with tubs is the plant. I tried some different stuff with the plants, and that didn't really work very well. But yeah, I haven't seen any Melanosoma since like the first day or two that I put them in here. But they're pretty shy fish. I might actually put some dithers in with these once it gets a little warmer. All right, this one you can see. So, yeah, so these are the Xenotoka variata, and then you can see these guys you can see them swimming around in here. So these guys have been pretty outgoing the whole time. So pretty happy with those. Unfortunately, like I put some lilies in here, and they just didn't do very well. Like there's one here that's kind of still hanging on, but didn't really do much. But yeah, you can see these guys in here. And I put about the same number. I think there's about 8 in here, and there's about 8 of the Melanosoma. But Melanosoma, you can't see them at all. This has the Elaphorus robustus. This is the 150 that Scott actually gave me. The water hyacinth is done okay in here. It actually flowered earlier in the year. This Menehune bog lily seems to be doing all right. So, this is another one where we might see some fish. The fish have been pretty active in this tank, or in this tub. This is the Chapelixes Encausis tank. You'll usually see them kind of cruising through here. Yep, you see one right now, but I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but I can see it. I mean, they kind of blend in with all the mulm and the muck on the bottom, so they're hard to see. But and then the last one here are the Tamazule, which I actually had to redo this tub yesterday. It actually had a leak, and so I decided to switch it out. Went to Tractor Supply, which is actually one literally like 2 miles from my house, so it took me 45 minutes to do this. But yeah, so I had to switch this tub out. It was the one like years and years ago that I had originally buried, but yeah, I had to go ahead and it was just leaking from the bulkheads, and it really wasn't worth fixing to me, so I decided to do something different with it. So maybe someone else will use it for salt. Someone took it from the trash, so hopefully someone will have a chance to use it. So that's the tubs. Like I said, the plants, like these aquarium plants, have done okay, kind of, but the ones these tubs over here get a lot less light. You can kind of see like the guppy grass isn't as good over here. The red root floaters are okay in here, but like I said, they're kind of these tubs are murky and they're really easy fish in. So you got to kind of just wait and see what happens. So all right, with that, I'll go up and I'll see your comments, and then probably be ready to wrap it up. All right. All right. So Jody's here. Welcome. So hopefully you guys are still getting a feed. Um, yeah, the door's interesting. So Beto Great Lakes asked. Hopefully you guys are still getting a feed on this. So I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna assume you guys can still see and hear me. But yeah, so I'll answer. Chesapeake Crustaceans is here, so welcome. Yeah, the door is taking kind of a beating. So I basically maintain the tanks without a water change. I don't do a lot of work in here. I've actually been extremely lazy in terms of like doing work in here lately. So um, yeah, like I auto water change, and I basically let the plants and everything and everything just work. I mean, set up an ecosystem and let it go. I mean, I don't do a lot of pruning. I mean, I'll show you. I mean, this swordtail tank. I mean, it's full of hair algae, but I mean, those swordtails are absolutely outstanding. But yeah, I mean, it's full of hair algae. So hopefully, there's fry swimming around and all of that stuff. So I mean, it's kind of a weird. Um, yeah, the door does do exactly what it needs to. So sleeper barbecues, no worries. So yeah, so I'm yeah, like the ponds are just kind of. I mean, I do it to breed fish, so like I know there's um, people who put a lot more effort into them than I do, but I basically literally throw guppy grass in there and like hornwort and stuff like that, and let it go um, and kind of see what happens with it. So I may actually throw some hornwort in some of those tubs too. Like I just really like use it as a bigger container to raise fry. So um, yeah, that's really kind of all I've got for tonight. So I'll head inside and then I'll kind of answer any last minute questions you guys have. So yeah, let's go ahead and head in. See anything else out here? I think we've kind of shown you everything. Like I kind of feel like I repeat myself every week when we talk through this, but I mean, I guess the one thing I can kind of give you an update on too is this. I kind of trying to do this as sort of a breeding for profit tank, but it's the this has the Stan Schubel blue guppies in it. So they've bred quite nicely in here. So I'm pretty happy with that. There's a ton of shrimp in here. You can see all the shrimp down there. Um, got some nice male. This is the original male of like the trio I started with, and that's kind of a new male there. A really nice fish. You got the plecos in here too. So everything kind of going well in there. Anything else I'll show you on my way out. These have done well. You can see some of the fry from these. These are the Jarnus falcatus. Kind of a nice little um, mini live bear, kind of cousin to the Jarnus metallicus. Let's see, let's anything else. Curtis is still here. Those are the Jaguar cichlid, Jaguar live bears, still doing well. So, all right, let's head on down and I'll take you guys on a trip outside, and then we'll head inside and kind of finish everything up. Um, those are some of the plecos that was growing out from that other tank. All right. So I'm not a big plant person, but I will tell you that hostas grow, for whatever reason, hostas grow very well here. I mean, those are absolutely enormous. But I mean, that's my hand for reference right there. I mean, those are absolutely giant. Um, Giant hostas. And then this is an iris too that's been here since we've had the house too. So these were all here when we bought the house. So all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'll let you guys have a view of the yard for a minute, and then I'll head inside. All right, I'm back. So, let me see what other questions we've got here. So, well, I don't want to do that. All right, let me see what we got here. So hello, Stephen. Thanks for dropping in. Um, so Beto Great Lakes just said, I've seen some cribendus at my LFS. They've been in my mind for a week. Really nice, colorful fish. Yeah, if you like them, go ahead and try them out and see how they do for you. So, so Rack says I'm living the dream. Yeah, I think someday I would love to build a new fish barn, but I don't think that's happening anytime soon. So that one will have to do. So, yeah. So it's 9:03. So yeah, I saw Bentley pop up as being live. So I'm gonna go ahead then and go ahead and check him out. It's been fun having you guys here. Sorry for the technical difficulties earlier. We sort of had I don't know why it was not feeding to YouTube properly, but yeah, it kind of froze up and died. So, but happy after that, everything worked out fine. So, I'll see you guys next Tuesday night. So with that, have a great week, and